In March of 2023, the European Union voted to ban new cars with internal combustion engines from 2035, and a number of states in the US, following California's lead, will do the same. Anyone wishing to purchase a new vehicle after this date will be forced, whether they want one or not, to buy an EV. Such is the madness of net zero and the frenzied push to replace regular gas cars with EVs. Unable to convince the average person to buy one out of choice, except with the enormous carrot of taxpayer subsidies, legislators are now resorting to a very large stick, whereby choice is taken away entirely from the ignorant populace, who are clearly too stupid to see that it's all for their own good. Slowly but surely, however, we are starting to see pockets of resistance beginning to develop in various areas, and in this video we may be witnessing just a glimmer of EV sanity. Welcome back to M-Guy, British engineer and lawyer turned Sydney YouTuber. Please be sure to like, share and subscribe, hit the notification bell and drop a comment down below. Akio Toyoda, the chairman of the Toyota Motor Company, probably knows a fair bit about cars, and he probably knows a fair bit about the people who buy them. He's one of the few cool-headed voices in the whirlwind of net zero, and he has a stark warning for those pushing the 100% EV agenda. Electric cars will never dominate the market, Toyota says. Toyota chairman Akio Toyoda says EVs will only capture 30% of the global market. This is despite the Tesla Model Y just being named Europe's best-selling new car. Electric cars will never dominate the automobile market, according to the world's second biggest car manufacturer, Toyota. The chairman of the Japanese car maker said that battery-powered vehicles will only ever capture 30% of the global market. His comments raise concerns about consumers' willingness to align with net zero goals that have been set to tackle the climate crisis. However, his statement comes in the wake of Tesla's Model Y being confirmed as Europe's best-selling new car in 2023. Akio Toyoda said traditional combustion engine cars, hybrids and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles would make up the rest of the market. The chairman, whose grandfather founded Toyota in Japan in 1937, said that the shift to electric vehicles, EVs, was not the answer when 1 billion people worldwide still live without electricity and therefore wouldn't be able to charge an EV. We also supply vehicles to those regions, so a single BEV battery electric vehicle option cannot provide transportation for everyone, he said in remarks published on the Toyota website. That's why I try to have a variety of options. No matter how much progress BEVs make, I think they will still only have a 30% market share. He said the remaining 70% of vehicles would include other types of greener vehicles, but added, engine cars will definitely remain. I think this is something that customers and the market will decide, not regulatory values or political power. This is a truth that the elites fail to understand, that the market will decide whether they like it or not. Eventually, the political leaders will have drifted so far from the people that they'll be turfed out, and new parties with new policies will emerge. And this is exactly what we're seeing in Europe. Europe's largest political party wants to stop the combustion engine ban. The EPP aims to rethink the continent's green strategy as soon as possible. In June, Europeans will be electing a new European Parliament, one of the European Union's 7 institutions. The parties that will be involved in the elections are already working on their programmes, and a leaked document reveals Europe's largest party might be prepping to delay the internal combustion engine ban on the continent. Last week, Euractiv obtained a copy of the centre-right European People's Party EPP manifesto. Manifestos typically aim to provide voters with a glimpse of the values they endorse when supporting candidates. A key revelation from a transportation standpoint has stirred interest, expressing the party's commitment to the phased-out approach of combustion engine in Europe. Consistently opposing the 2035 internal combustion engine ban, the EPP, led by German lawmaker Jens Giesecke, who represented the party in discussions on CO2 standards for vehicles, has criticised what they call the Commission's prohibition ideology. Giesecke has long warned against the decision to phase out combustion engine vehicles, predicting a Havana effect, with Europeans continuing to drive old combustion cars for decades, akin to the situation in the Cuban capital. Absolutely right. I will continue to drive my ICE cars for as long as I'm able, and will never voluntarily buy an EV, and I highly recommend others to do the same. This stance aligns with the EPP's technology-open approach to decarbonisation, emphasising the EU's avoidance of favouring specific technologies such as electric vehicles, a sentiment shared by the European Commission, albeit with scepticism from critics. However, what captures more attention is the explicit declaration by the EPP to revise the law as soon as possible. This statement carries significant implications as the largest group in the European Parliament expresses its intention to reconsider an already approved legislation. We can only hope that in these elections and those in the future, common sense will prevail. My fear is that it will only be when the ICE bans are just around the corner that many will wake up to the reality and smell the petrol, so to speak. But political change is what is needed here. There is still time to achieve it and stave off the net zero madness, but only just. The clock is ticking. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. If you have any tips or stories, you can hit me up on Instagram or by email, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.